Hi, this is episode 3 of Married at First Sight UK, baby. In this episode, we meet a new couple, Leigh and Leah, and they're off to a rocky start. We check in on Dean and Sarah on their honeymoon. Dean's still getting on Sarah's nerves, man. We check in on Davide and Keye on their honeymoon in South Africa. We check in on Grace and Ashley. Grace is still tripping. And we check in on Nelly and Steven. We have sparks flying. We've got drama. Yo, appreciate you being here, fam. Let's go! Married at First Sight, we in the UK, giving you a bird's eye view of the city. Then we zoom in, kick it with some people who've admitted they find dating kinda tricky, so they here to get mad, get committed. On the telly, who we got? We got Nelly, we got Joe, in the beast or the belly. We got Paul, we got Ashley, we got Bailey, check the flow. Got Rebecca, got Anita, feel the love, see him bicker. We got Julia, Ruth, yeah, we killing it, the roof's on fire. Got the tea that you require, yeah, we here. We got Lee, we got Leah, 3 cheers for Steven and David. Dean, yeah, let's have it. Sarah, Maeve and Grace, Keye, Devani. That's the recap you've been waiting for. Let's get it started. Alright, let's check in on Ashley and Grace. It's the morning after the wedding. She seems a little bit more chill. She's like, yo, I'm feeling a lot more positive today. Her plan is to try and build a friendship first, and hopefully that grows into a romantic relationship. They find out they're going to Thailand on their honeymoon, and they're both buzzing, super excited. Like, hey. Grace is like, yo, thank you for not making a move last night. I was able to sleep super comfortable. He's like, yo, it's cool. I don't want to rush you. In fact, it makes me like you more. She's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, because you're not that person. She's like, what if I was that person? Would that be an issue? He's like, well, I'm a little old school and I like the fact that you're not that person. And she's like, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being that kind of person. And he's like, yeah, but you're not that person. The whole thing is weird. I would find it so exhausting. Like, how are we over here arguing about hypothetical situations? Like, how are we beefing about stuff that hasn't even happened? Like, what are we doing here? On our one-on-one camera thing, Grace is breaking down, man. It's deep. She's like, I am worried that Ashley's set in his ways and his opinions of women. And she's crying like, I just wish we were more aligned. She's like, maybe I shouldn't go on their honeymoon. And I love the person doing the interview, man, because they're like, girl, it's day 1. You literally met yesterday. And that's what I'm thinking, man. Because look, love isn't we agree on everything. In fact, the best relationships are about seeing things from different perspectives. The whole meltdown, right, started because they didn't hook up on their first night as husband and wife. And she's the one that brought it up. And he tried to let her know, like, look, that's fine. That's not who you are. And she got upset because it's okay if that's who she was. Like, what? I feel like Ashley's just trying to be supportive of who she is and how it went down. Because I promise you, if she'd made a move the previous night, he wouldn't stop her and say, no. I don't like those kind of girls. What are you doing, Grace? Get off me. I don't like girls who put out on the first night, on the wedding night. Like, what? They get to their honeymoon and Grace is still offended. She's still feeling some type of way. She's gotten on a flight. They're in a different country on their honeymoon. She's rocking that robe and she's still tripping about the fact that Ashley said he respects her because she didn't sleep with him on the first night. I feel sorry for Ashley, man, because if she found that so offensive to the point where she can't shake it off, she's super hurt on behalf of all the women that he implied that he would have respected a woman who put out on the first night less. If she's that torn up about that, imagine how carefully you'd have to choose your words around her. It would be super exhausting, second guessing everything you say, every joke, every thought, every observation. Man. Alright, case in point. When they're in bed and trying to unpack everything, Ashley's trying to explain that, look, it may have come out as offensive, but that wasn't the intention. He's trying to tell her, like, look, from the jump, I told the experts I was looking for a tomboy Barbie. She's like, what? You do know Barbie is a cartoon. You do know that that is not like an actual shape of an actual woman. And Ashley's like, yo, I wasn't talking about her body. It's just a phrase. It's just something people say. And she's like, yeah, but don't you think we should move away from that saying? And I'm watching this thinking, yo. And maybe it's because I'm black, man, and I grew up with Lil' Kim rapping, Black Barbie dressed in Bugatti. I'm trying to leave in somebody's Ferrari. And I was living with my auntie and 4 female cousins, all built different, and they were all rapping along, and not one of them went, you know what? That's offensive, because Barbie's not like an actual shape of an actual woman. Nicki Minaj refers to herself as Barbie and her fans are Barbs. If I asked a dude, hey, what's your type? And he said, I am into tomboy Barbies, I wouldn't assume that he's sexist and he wants a woman with unrealistic body proportions perpetuated by the patriarchy. I would just assume he wants a girly girl who is also comfortable in a hoodie and tracksuit. But that's just me. Now I get it, man. Different people find different things offensive. And sometimes as a society, we collectively move on and decide, actually, this is low-key offensive. This is not right. But if I'm chilling with someone that didn't get the memo, right? Like my girl, for example. She's super sweet, kind, but she's not on social media all the time, man. She's not like really clued in with how people perceive things. So every now and again, she'll say something and I'll be like, yo, you can't say that, man, you'd get canceled. And sometimes she'll do that with me, you know what I'm saying? So it's not really the fact that Grace is offended that's bugging me. It's how offended she is and how she's going about expressing it. The next day, Grace is like, I'm gonna try and be a little bit more positive and try and see if Ashley and I can work on building a friendship. They do some Muay Thai play fighting, then they kick back, get to know each other a little bit more, and they go for a walk on the beach. And I think Ashley's slowly winning her over, man. I think she's coming around. Nelly and Steven are on their honeymoon, baby. They are in Jamaica. They're staying in this beautiful hotel, ocean view, gorgeous. They're being flirtatious. They're comfortable around each other. They're making out. They're taking selfies. We see Steven give Nelly a massage, and she's like, you could say Steven's really good with his hands. All right, Nelly, say less, babe, say less. Dean and Sarah are still on their honeymoon, and they are still in the trenches. Dean's like, I'm beginning to feel rejected. In case you didn't see the previous episode, Sarah told our boy that she finds his spontaneous outbursts of rapping and singing super annoying. She told him she sees him more as a friend, and she's never dated anyone who started off as a friend. So this is the next morning after that conversation, and Sarah's like, Dean hasn't made a move on me yet, and that's good. I'm just not feeling it. Now, it's easy for us to paint Sarah out to be the villain, but Dean's not making it easy, bro. Like, look, they're lying in bed, right? And she's like, yo, I'm so used to having my dog in my bed with me. And Dean's like, yeah, so I'm a bit like your dog, right? And then he starts barking, bro. Like, he starts barking. See, I'm trying to put myself in Sarah's shoes, man. If I was on this show, right, and I told the experts, look, I normally go for toxic bad girls, and it hasn't worked out in the past, so I want something different. I want someone nice. And they give me the female version of Dina, right? And I see her, there's no initial attraction. I read out the vows I've written for her. It's her turn. She starts rapping at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my mom and them are looking at each other like, yo, this girl crazy. At the reception, she starts singing about our future lives. We're on our honeymoon, and Dina's just randomly rapping. And not like Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj rapping. Nah, just like corny, cheesy rapping. And I just don't see her as wifey material, right? So I tell her, look, Dina, babe, I see you more as a homie right now. That's where I'm at. Then the next day we're in bed, and I'm like, yo, man, I miss my dog. I usually have my dog in bed. And she starts barking. I would be low-key like, what? I'd get a little uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, later, they're eating on the beach, and the vibe is weird, man. Dean's trying to bust some jokes, and they're just not landing. She ain't even cracked a smile or nothing. He randomly barks again. Back in the UK, we meet a new single. Ladies and gentlemen, Leah. She's 35, she's got boss chick energy, she's super confident. Right up to the age of 25, she only dated men. But then she started dating women. She was never in the closet or anything. She just hooked up with a chick one time and liked it. On that Katy Perry flex, you know what I'm saying? I kissed the girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry justice. Da, 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 da. Her last relationship, they were together for 3 years, and they were talking about getting hitched and just didn't work out. She's super close to her family. Her grandma is super cool, man. She wants someone who's a girly girl, big personality, family oriented. Who are they matching her up with? Leigh. She's got a fake tan on, makeup popping, super girly. She describes herself as being spiritual. She's big into crystals and energy. She lives home with her mom. She went through a tough breakup and she's now ready to put herself out there and be vulnerable. She's looking for a masculine presenting woman who is still feminine. And I think the experts cooked with this one, because when she's talking about what she's looking for, she's describing Leah like bar for bar, right? It's the wedding day, man. We see Leigh getting ready with our homegirls. She brought some of her crystals with her, and she's gonna give one of them to her future bride during the ceremony as a way of connecting and sharing something that's a big part of her life. Their families and friends are in the building. Leah's the first one down the aisle. She looks banging. Wedding dress popping, a little midriff on display. She's standing there cool as a cucumber. Leigh walks down the aisle looking gorgeous. They look at each other, and for Leah, it's instant, man. She's feeling her. She's like, yo, that's my type. She's like, hey, my name's Leah. Leigh's like, yo, I'm Leigh. And they're like, what? Our names sound similar and everything. It's crazy. Leigh's like, yo, she's stunning, but I don't know if she's got that masculine side. So I don't know if I'm gonna be attracted to her. And for me, I think that's weird. Because obviously, Leah's in a wedding dress. She's not rocking like a suit or anything. So she looks feminine. And Leigh's kind of second guessing it, like, yo, I don't know if she's got that masculine energy that I'm attracted to. Now, I'm not a lesbian, okay? If there are any lesbians watching, please educate me in the comments. But isn't hot just hot? Like, I could say my ultimate type is a curvy woman of color. But if I was on this show and a beautiful white girl rocked up, I would still acknowledge that she's banging, because banging is banging, right? Like, I don't know, what am I missing? So anyway, Leigh reads out her vows and gives Leigh her rose crystal. Leah reads out her vows. They exchange rings. It's now time to kiss the bride. And Leigh's like, yo, we just met. Let's kiss on the cheek. They do a little cheek peck, and they're officially wife and wife. Leah's picking up the vibe. She's like, yo, I don't think she fancies me, you know? And Leigh doubles down. She's like, I'm gonna have to get to know her better to see if she's got that masculine side, to see if I'm physically attracted to her. Okay, I guess. It's time for the photos. They're standing there. They look good together. They're trying to do up some small talk. Leah messes up and refers to Leigh's crystals as rocks. And she's like, wow. She's like, where is the crystal I gave you? Leah's like, I gave it back to you, didn't I? Leigh's like, yo, you lost it already. They're not off to a good start, man. The photographer's like, guys, hold hands, look cute. Leigh's like, how do you normally identify? Are you mask, femme, stem? Leah's like, look, I don't identify as nothing. I'm just me. What about you? She's like, I would consider myself more femme. Leah's like, I guess I've got masculine energy, but I would consider myself more femme. Leigh looks disappointed. Now again, lesbian homies in the comments, holler at me, okay? Because I find it weird. Like, I get it if you're online and you're ticking the boxes of what you want, like mask, fam, and all that. But when a person's standing right in front of you, surely it doesn't matter what they say they identify as. It's just about you being attracted to them or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you feeling me or not, bro? Like, forget all that. Forget what I identify as and what box I'm in. Like, forget the label. Do you like me? Are you feeling me or not, bro? Are you feeling me or not? The photographer's like, guys, get closer. Put your heads together. And Leigh's like, nah, that's a bit much. And it's low-key awkward, man. The photographer's fighting for her life here, bro. She's like, how about a peck on the cheek? Leigh's like, nah, that's weird. You've asked like 5 times now. Hey, yo, shout out to the photographer, because she's just trying to do her job, man. She's been hired to take some beautiful romantic photos so that if you guys end up growing old together, you can look back at these beautiful photos and go, oh, look at how cute we look. No one forced you to get married. This is like season 10 of Married at First Sight UK. We're on season 12 in Australia, and America's got like 20-something seasons. You know what you're signing up for. You know what I'm saying? Asking for a little peck on the cheek for the wedding photo should be expected. Like, what? Later at the reception, Leigh brings up the whole what do you identify as thing again. And Leah's like, look, I don't really label myself like that. For me, it's about the connection and the person, which makes total sense to me. That's what I was saying. Leigh then goes, look, I would really appreciate if you respect my boundaries. Leah's like, all right, what are your boundaries? She's like, I recharge by having my own time, so I might need like a few hours by myself. And the way she says it is just weird. Because look, I get it. Nobody's saying if you're in a relationship, you have to be glued by the hip. It's cool if you want to play video games with your homies for a bit. It's cool if you want to walk the dog solo. It's cool if you want to meditate, or if you want to have a relaxing bath, or you want to read your book while I watch funny videos on TikTok. When you live with someone, you naturally find that rhythm. You don't have to come out and say, hey, I need some alone time and you need to respect my boundaries. It's just weird, bro. And Leigh's homies have Leah's back. They're like, yo, she seems amazing. She's like, yeah, the attraction isn't there. And they're like, yeah, but that can grow. Later that night, they're chilling in bed, and Leigh's like, how would you feel if we spent tonight on our own? Leah's like, all right, cool. Leigh's like, sweet, I'll see you out. And she walks her to the door, and she's like, do you want me to help you with your case? She's like, have a lovely sleep, and slams the door. Bro, I promise you that couldn't be me. We don't even have to hook up. We don't have to hook up. I can stay on my side of the bed. You can stay on yours. But if for whatever reason you feel more comfortable with me on the couch or whatever, tell me that off camera, okay? Tell me that off camera. Be like, yo, this whole experiment's a lot, and I feel weird about us sharing a bed this early on. I want us to get to know each other better and grow more comfortable with each other. I'd be like, yo, say less. I get it. But to kick me out, all right, with attitude, like you're enjoying it. Fam, my family and friends are gonna watch this, okay? My mom's was at the wedding. She cried. She thought, oh, my kids finally found the one. And you're gonna humiliate me in front of millions of viewers? Like, what are we even doing here, bro? Fam, I would have called an Uber and dipped with a quickness. Experiment over. Because clearly, you're not that serious. You're just out here playing games. You're not that serious about this. So why am I wasting my time? You know? Alright, so that was the episode. Thank you so much for being here with me, man. Please give the video a like. It means a lot. Hit that subscribe button for more recaps and vibes. I'll be here with the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself, fam, because I love you.